Welcome to Fantasy Audiobook, Chapter 36 Challenging the Tower of Silence. The 18-year-old rookie job changers basically only pass the rookie dungeon. The number of elite monsters in the novice dungeon is very small, and it is difficult to meet them. For a newcomer like Su Ming, being able to meet and kill one would be a tall order. Not to mention, there is also the impact of the element of explosion rate. It's possible that you killed many elite monsters, but none of them came out. But Su Ming took out so many strengthening materials for elite monsters. No wonder the blacksmith was so surprised. Su Ming just smiled lightly and said, "Just good luck." The blacksmith's face was solemn, and he could only include this young man, Su Ming, into the ranks of the rich second generation. Your materials are very good. They should be able to smelt very good steel. In this case, I might be able to help you strengthen this sword to a high-grade gold. Originally the most expensive thing to strengthen is the material, but now you bring your own materials. Then I can only charge a craft fee. 20,000 advent coins. The boss said at the same price. Su Ming did not hesitate, and immediately initiated the transaction from the personal panel. Some of his materials have been sold from the trading house, and the gold coins have been credited. So he didn't hesitate to take action. The boss accepts it. "Young man, come and get the sword in 3 hours," he said. Su Ming nodded and left. Experienced blacksmiths can upgrade weapons very quickly, just a few hours. Su Ming is going to challenge the Tower of Heaven and Silence during this period of time. The Tower of Tianji is the most central building in the world of Tianji. It is said to be a supreme structure built by the rules of the world. This sacred tower is a full 100 stories high. In human history, no one has ever reached the 100th floor. It is said that if you reach the 100th floor, you will be able to know the truth about the world and the Advent Day. In Su Ming's previous life, he only reached the 80th floor. Each floor of the Tower of Silence will give different rewards. Gradually, the rewards will get better and better. The rewards are also completely random and come in all types. It can help people become stronger quickly. Su Ming moved forward quickly. Finally, he came to the door of the Tower of Silence. There are many young people gathered here. The first thing that many new job transferees of this generation think of after getting the qualifications of the Sky Tower Club is to challenge the Tower of Silence. You cannot die in the Tower of Silence. If defeated, you will exit. However, anyone has only one chance to challenge the Tower of Silence every month. So it is considered a precious opportunity. Su Ming came to the door with a calm face. I saw an illusory screen in front of the tower with rankings on it. Open black lens bracket newcomer ranking close black lens bracket. 1. Sun Xiaoyang, stopped at the 8th floor. 2. Wang Sha, stop at the 7th floor. Open black lens bracket 3, close black lens bracket. This ranking shows all the newcomers of this year. Su Ming moved her body and prepared to start the challenge. At this time, many people walked out of the tower in despair. "It's too difficult. I just reached the 4th level and quit." "What are you talking about? When I got to the 3rd floor, I met a giant tauren who pushed me into the air. I was instantly killed." "It's okay for you, I was easily defeated by that long sword knight on my 2nd level." "Too difficult." "It's really difficult, but the rewards of this Tower of Heaven's Silence are also very good. I will come again next month." The crowd clenched their fists and were full of energy. At this time, Su Ming noticed a familiar figure among the crowd. It turned out to be Chang Wang. He holds a dark green long knife in his right hand, which is a silver quality weapon. After his knife was severed by Su Ming, he replaced it with this silver quality weapon. Also, he had a slight injury to his right hand, with 2 fingers cut off. The way he holds the knife looks obviously unnatural. In his eyes, there was a hint of vicious anger and hatred. With firm steps, he walked towards the Tower of Heaven's Silence. He wants to become stronger, he wants revenge. After his first place was taken away, all the forces were extremely disappointed with him. Many original investments have been terminated. The principal of Wuyang No. 3 Middle School was even held accountable by various forces, and almost fell from the horse. Now he is the vice principal. This made Chang Wang feel the pain of falling from the clouds. He attributed everything to Su Ming. This kind of hatred made him furious. So after he got the qualification of Tianta Club, he immediately came here non-stop, looking for opportunities to become stronger. Seeing Chang Wang appearing here, the players around were a little surprised. Someone came forward to say hello and seek to form a team. They are flattering Chang Wang. After all, no matter what, he is a 10-star talented sword maniac. Although he ranked second and was surpassed by Su Ming, he still has gold content. However, this group of people's friendship, in exchange, is all Chang Wang's indifference. He ignored anyone at all, and just walked towards the Tower of Heaven's silence alone. Some people make friends, and naturally some people ridicule them. Hey, isn't this the first genius, Chang Wang? I haven't seen you for a few days, so why? Chang Wang, didn't you say that you want to slaughter our students from Nanmian City and Xuanjing City, and become #1 in Dragon Kingdom? Why are the hands cut off? It can't be that the monster is too fierce. People laughed wantonly. Because Chang Wang was too beautiful a while ago, with his own strength, all the students couldn't hold their heads up. In addition, the principal of Wuyang No. 3 Middle School is also a talent who provokes hatred, gossips everywhere, is extremely arrogant, and suppresses other schools. Now, everything is counter-offensive. So Chang Wang is in a very bad situation now. There are jealousy, hatred, and people who watch his jokes everywhere. He is a tiger in peace. All his former glory has turned into jealousy in people's hearts. Now people naturally like to see him decadent and failed. There are many people who have fallen into trouble. Chang Wang, I remember you said back then that you should treat students as wild monsters and kill them for leveling. Why are your hands useless now? Someone saw the injury on Chang Wang's hand at a glance and gave him a precise blow. People don't know who caused Chang Wang's wound, and they are actually a little curious. Chang Wang heard these words. If it was before, he would have been furious and wanted to rush over and kill him. But now, his face is gloomy and calm. In his heart, only Su Ming. He wants to surpass Su Ming and kill Su Ming. There is no other purpose than this. He walked firmly into the Tower of Heaven's silence, and his figure disappeared. Su Ming has been watching coldly from the sidelines. He stood in the crowd, very low-key. He did not let Chang Wang discover his existence. Su Ming's eyes were full of killing intent. It's a pity that in this small world, there are no rules to kill people. Su Ming felt a little regretful. Otherwise, the moment he saw Chang Wang, he would kill him, and then use the invisible step to leave without a trace. Su Ming shook his head, shaking off all distracting thoughts in his mind. He came to the gate of the Tower of Heaven's silence and stepped in. One step into it, and the world suddenly changed before my eyes. The space inside the Tower of Heaven's silence is completely separated. It can accommodate countless people to challenge at the same time, but they will not have the slightest mutual influence on each other. This Tower of Silence can only be challenged by one person. In front of Su Ming, there was an antique world inside the tower, with the size of an arena. A few large characters hang high in the air. Level 1 close black lens bracket. Monster. Purple-haired evil tiger. In the next moment, a huge mutant purple-haired tiger appeared in the field. It rushed towards Su Ming immediately. In this Tower of Silence, there are boss-level monsters on each floor. Su Ming was very calm, and immediately scanned the monster's information. Chapter 37. Open black lens bracket fierce beast. Purple-haired evil tiger close black lens bracket. Level 5. Strength, 59 points. Physique, 25 points. Agility, 25 points. Spirit, 13 points. Open black lens bracket lucky, 10 points close black lens bracket. Skills, giant palm slap, bite. This is just a monster on the first floor of the Tower of Heaven's silence, and it has already reached level 5. No wonder those newcomers were easily defeated. Many people stopped at around the 3rd floor. Even the 10th ranked expert in Dungeon 144 stopped at the 8th floor. It can be seen how difficult this Tower of Silence is. It's a pity that this tiger met Su Ming today. Level 5 monsters are really not enough to look at in front of him. Su Ming's eyes were cold, and he directly raised his hand to shake it. Suddenly, a long sword floated from his shadow. It is the Shadow Flow long sword. All Su Ming's equipment is of platinum quality. Coupled with a level 16 body, it was not too easy for him to kill this tiger. He doesn't even need to activate his skills, a normal attack can kill him. The tiger roared, and rushed over without fear of death. Su Ming stood there, his eyes calm. Brush. He slashed out. The tiger's body crashed down. Its neck was cut open, turning into a little bit of blue light and dissipating in the sky and the earth. Experience plus 302. Su Ming gained a lot of experience. Successfully passed the first floor. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Please claim your reward. Close black lens bracket. In the center of the field, a small wooden treasure chest appeared. It looks like it's made of bronze. It is the lowest level treasure chest. Su Ming directly used the sublimation ability of all things to carry out the sublimation. This Tower of Silence can also be regarded as a dungeon. The material of this treasure chest changed immediately, and its appearance was more high-end. Sublimation success. Jinmu treasure chest bronze medium grade. Tisk, it's really bad luck this time, I only sublimated from a low-rank bronze to a middle rank. Su Ming murmured. Afterwards, he directly kicked open the treasure chest with his feet. Look into it. A wood grain ring engraved with complicated patterns appeared in the box. Trophy. Small strength amplification ring bronze medium grade. After wearing it, the strength attribute can be increased by 5 points. Su Ming pouted. Talk is better than nothing. Such a little attribute is really not enough for him. But Su Ming still equipped it. No matter how small the mosquito legs are, they are still meat. After he scavenged the loot, he immediately started the challenge of the next level. It's normal for the first level to have poor rewards. Su Ming is already prepared. The monster on the second floor is a fierce flying bat with a huge size. The wings are covered with black hair, and when it spreads its body, it can even completely enclose a person. The bat's sharp teeth were cold, and its eyes were shining red. It flew in midair, and from time to time sent out ultrasonic waves to attack Su Ming. This is a large-scale indiscriminate attack, which continuously loses blood. But for Su Ming, it's no pain. He didn't even frown. Raise the sword and chop. The sword glow flickered. Su Ming killed the monster directly and easily. It can even be said to be a spike. The reward for this level also appeared in front of Su Ming. It is also a low-grade bronze treasure chest. Su Ming directly used the sublimation of all things to upgrade. Sublimation successful. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Yin Tide treasure chest. Close black lens bracket. Quality. Gold top grade. This time the luck was very good, directly sublimated to the gold level. Su Ming stepped forward, opened the box, and took out the spoils inside. It is a skill scroll. Open black lens bracket. Hound pace. Gold top grade. Close black lens bracket. Level limit. 15 levels. A fast, nimble and ethereal pace that can make your movement speed soar in a short period of time, like a hunting dog. Close black lens bracket. Su Ming learned it directly. Subsequently, Su Ming continued to challenge. With the brand new skill, after the hound pace, his combat effectiveness has also been greatly improved. His movement speed has become extremely fast, and he can easily avoid most of the attacks of the monsters. Coupled with the passive talent of the original sword body, the power of all sword techniques is multiplied by 10 times. This makes Su Ming invincible. He pushed all the way, and passed the first 7 floors in a desperate manner. This progress is coming to an extreme. And, he is still moving forward. At this moment, the outside world. Everyone stared at the screen in front of the Tower of Silence that day. There the leaderboard is displayed. Number 4 Li Shengwang, 5th floor. Number 3 Li Shengwang, 6th floor. His name continues to climb in the records. People looked a little surprised. Li Shengwang deserves to be a 10-star swordsman. Even though his hand was seriously injured, he was still able to rush to the 6th floor at such a fast speed. Too fierce. People looked serious. I have to admit that Li Shengwang's strength is still there. People's sighs are not over yet. In the next moment, the screen on the list changed again. Number 2 Li Shengwang, 7th floor. Open black lens bracket, close black lens bracket. Number 1 Li Shengwang, the 8th floor. Open black lens bracket, close black lens bracket. Li Shengwang, break through the 9th floor. Close black lens bracket. Straight to the 9th floor. This speed can be described as extremely fast. There was a burst of surprise. Why is he so fierce? It's not going to break through the 10th floor. There was a burst of surprise. Is this the strength of a knife maniac? It's just a monster. He won't get this year's platinum treasure chest. Looking at this posture, it's probably true. Every year, the first newcomer who breaks through the 10th floor of the Tower of Heaven's Silence will receive an extra reward from the supreme rules of the world. It's a platinum treasure chest, able to issue platinum level equipment. This kind of thing is full of infinite temptation for newcomers who change jobs. It means infinite possibilities, attracting newcomers in every session. Every year, newcomers who join the Tianta Club and job changers flock here to challenge. But ordinary players who have passed the novice dungeon are basically only around level 8 or 9, and it is even more difficult to pass the 10th level. Even a genius will stop at the 8th or 9th floor. This is an extremely difficult challenge for anyone. After some people are defeated, they will be devastated. And some people will become more courageous as they get frustrated. Perhaps, Chang Wang, the sword madman, is the latter. Said one. As soon as this remark came out, those who had ridiculed Chang Wang before felt a chill down their backs. Reminiscent of Chang Wang's cold eyes just now. If in the future, he grows up and stands on the top of the world, then those of them who have mocked Chang Wang can still escape. Thinking of this, everyone was a little apprehensive. 10-star saber maniac, Chang Wang, was taken away from the number 1 ranking by Su Ming, the sword master of Xuanjing number 1 middle school. I estimate that after he gets the platinum treasure box, his strength will increase a lot, and then he will find a way to seek revenge from Su Ming. That's Su Ming. I'm afraid there is going to be a disaster. People sighed and said slowly. Chapter 38. Tisk, when you say that, I'm really curious. Who is that Su Ming? A small sword master, such a weak profession in the early stage, can actually surpass the sword maniac in the dungeon. I stepped on Chang Wang, who was in the wind for a while. It's simply unbelievable. There was a commotion in the crowd. You were discussing with each other. Yes, I also feel outrageous when you say that. That Su Ming either was unlucky and picked up some kind of opportunity, or he really has strength. Anyway, I personally prefer the former. We had a good show this year, and Chang Wang should make a comeback. He and Su Ming, the sword master of Xuanjing number 1 middle school, don't know who will win in the end. Resources are limited, and there can only be one strongest genius. At this time, Su Ming slashed and killed monsters frantically in the dungeon. Brush. With one move of his, he drew his sword and slashed instantly, fully actuating it. A burly Tauren in front of him suddenly fell to the ground. Congratulations, you have cleared the 10th floor. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. You are the first player to clear the 10th floor. Close black lens bracket. Reward for this level, platinum treasure chest. Then, a jade white box appeared in front of Su Ming. The texture looks very noble, and the carvings have many mysterious lines. Su Ming slowly withdrew his sword and took a deep breath. He was also slightly injured, but he still passed the 10th floor. That's right, he successfully cleared the 10th floor. He's so fast. The monsters that everyone encounters are different. So, in fact, this also has a certain element of luck. If you encounter weaker monsters along the way, you might be able to reach the 10th floor faster. As for Su Ming, no luck. It's purely personal strength. He will look at the treasure chest and scan it. Open black lens bracket. Jade white treasure box. Close black lens bracket. Quality. Platinum mid-range. Su Ming directly used the sublimation of all things. Sublimation successful. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Golden Lin treasure box. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket. Diamond low quality. Close black lens bracket. The treasure chest changed its appearance and was covered with golden scales, including a crystal-like structure. It was actually upgraded to a diamond treasure chest. Su Ming's eyes were slightly startled. This will be his first diamond chest. Su Ming stepped forward and gently opened the box with both hands. I saw a long sword lying in it. The blade comes in 2 colors. There is a faint trace of breakage on the centermost blade. Dragon inlaid broken sword. Dual weapon of long sword and short sword. Quality. Diamond low grade. Level requirement. 4th turn. It was once a long sword that broke in a battle and split into 2. Later, the craftsman used a precious dragon scale as the core to rebond and cast it, bringing the sword back to its peak. This sword is extremely sharp and can carry powerful killing intent. Close black lens bracket. Affix fire lin. The center of this broken sword is inlaid with the scales of a fire dragon, which can provide a 200% fire attribute damage bonus to this dagger. Close black lens bracket. Split edge. The edge of this sword can be detached and turned into a flying sword, driven by the owner's thoughts to kill enemies in the air. Close black lens bracket. Broken blade. This weapon was once a complete long sword, so it can be classified as a sword weapon. But after the split edge is broken, there is a broken sword, which is the length of a dagger. At this time, it can be judged as a dagger or dagger-type weapon. Also commonly known as dual-type weapons. It's actually a diamond-level sword. Su Ming's heart trembled slightly. Moreover, it is a dual-type weapon. This means that this sword can benefit from his original sword body bonus. And once the blade is activated and turned into a flying sword, the body can turn into a broken sword, which is a dagger-like weapon. At this time, you can activate the Killing Sword. The Killing God Sword is a skill of the Killing God profession. It originally requires a dagger or short sword weapon to exert its strongest power. With this sword, Su Ming can seamlessly switch between the two forms of skills at will. His combat effectiveness will take a big step forward. Su Ming felt a little excited. Immediately hold this sword in your hand. Put it before your eyes and look at it carefully. The texture is cold, but there is also a vague heat in it. The blade is engraved with lifelike dragon patterns. The part of the sword blade near the handle shines with golden light. The tip of the blade is a rustic gray with black steel. The level requirement for this sword is level 4. But don't forget, Su Ming has the passive skill of Master of Sword Martial Arts. He ignores any restrictions and is equipped with any sword weapon. So he can drive freely. Su Ming thought. Click. The golden crack in the middle of the sword suddenly shook. The longer blade in front flew out. It turned into a flying sword, flying in midair. The effect is very similar to that of the sword, but this is not a skill, but an effect attached to this weapon. Su Ming can use her thoughts to control the sword to fly and hang in the air to kill enemies. What remained in Su Ming's hand was a broken sword. Bevel cut section, natural acute angle. Make this broken sword look like a dagger, completely natural. Su Ming raised the broken sword in front of her eyes and took a look. I saw a fiery red dragon scale stuck in the center of the crack in the broken blade. Perfectly embedded in the blade. Su Ming raised her hand and waved it in a graceful manner. Whoosh! The flying blade suddenly swept away and flew back hanging upside down. It stuck firmly on the broken sword, and then gathered together to become a complete long sword. I don't know which craftsman made it, it's so wonderful. Rely on the dragon scale in the middle to connect the flying blade and the broken sword. Su Ming couldn't help but sigh at the great wisdom of professional blacksmiths. Dragon is one of the highest level monsters and is very ferocious. Dragon scales are also a super precious material. And inside this sword, there is a dragon scale embedded in it. Then the grade of this sword cannot be lowered. When Su Ming slashes, there will be fire flowing from the sword edge, causing fire damage. Very good. Su Ming smiled slightly, held the sword, and walked to the next floor. He will not stop at the 10th floor. At this moment, inside the Tower of Tianji, on the 10th floor. Sword mad, Chang Wang was panting and slashed the giant armored knight in front of him with one sword. He was injured all over, but he used his strongest skills, and finally passed with great difficulty. Congratulations, you successfully passed the 10th level. Close black lens bracket. Hearing the words of world rules, a sinister smile appeared on his face. Haha, I passed the 10th floor. Very good, this year's platinum chest will be mine. Every year, the first newcomer to clear the 10th level will receive a platinum treasure chest. For newcomers, this is a very high-level reward. As long as he can get it, he will surely rise. Thinking of the humiliation he suffered in the copy, Chang Wang's heart was filled with haze. He wants revenge. Su Ming must die. Then, little bits of blue light condensed in front of him, and finally formed a treasure chest of top-grade silver. Chang Wang's eyes were stunned and a little dull. Why is it a silver treasure chest? Where's my platinum chest? His voice trembled. He raised his head and said. But no one answered. The rules of the world don't care about a mortal. Could it be that someone was one step ahead of me and passed the 10th floor? He couldn't believe it. Finally, he bit the bullet and opened the treasure chest. There is only one silver-level necklace among them, and it's not from this profession. It's the King Mage's necklace equipment. Chang Wang felt that he had been cheated. Abandoned by the world. Tricked by fate. He was so angry that he trembled all over and let out a roar. Damn. Chapter 39. Su Ming moved on. Open black lens bracket past the 11th floor. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket past the 12th floor. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket past the 13th floor. Close black lens bracket. Open black lens bracket pass. Close black lens bracket. His progress is so fast. It can even be said to be extremely fast. Many boss can't resist his 3 swords. Compared with other newcomers who have transferred jobs, they basically stop at the 6th or 7th level. This makes Su Ming even more terrifying. However, it is worth mentioning that after the 10th level, the combat effectiveness of monsters in each level has been significantly improved. Su Ming's feelings are very obvious. The first 10 levels are basically for newcomers to experience, and the rewards after passing them are bronze treasure chests. But starting from the 11th level is the real challenge. Although Su Ming cleared the level very quickly, the wounds on his body were also increasing. Restoration potions cannot be used here. You can only heal your wounds through your own abilities. Su Ming used her mental power to activate the self-healing factors in her blood. Soon, his injuries healed at a speed visible to the naked eye. However, this is not a long-term solution. Most of his mental energy has been consumed. You must use it sparingly. Su Ming condensed his voice. He chose to only partially recover from his injury, but it did not heal completely. Otherwise it will consume too much mental energy. He still needs to leave behind some mental skills to go further. The goal he set for himself was to at least break through the 15th and 6th floors. Whoosh! Su Ming raised her hand and flicked it, and a spiritual sword condensed in midair. This is Su Ming's skill, Spiritual Blade. The blade of this sword was azure, and the edge shone with light. Whoosh! It flew away with a sound. It directly penetrated the eye socket of the boss in front of him. Then Su Ming himself, holding the dragon-inlaid broken sword in his palm, stepped forward. Phew! This sword is so powerful. Directly chop off the head of the purple-skinned zombie monster in front of him. Congratulations, you have cleared the 15th floor. Close black lens bracket. Su Ming's breathing was already a little heavy, and he slowly put away his sword. In front of me, the reward for this level appeared. It's a gold treasure chest. Su Ming used all things to sublimate and upgrade. Open black lens bracket Lanu treasure box. Close black lens bracket. Platinum top grade. This time, my luck was not so good, and it was only upgraded to high-grade platinum. Su Ming looked solemn and opened the lid. I saw a necklace appearing in this treasure box. He picked it up and scanned the information. Concealed necklace platinum top grade. Agility plus 50. Open black lens bracket. After carrying it, all your movements can be made silent. Close black lens bracket. It actually directly adds 50 points of agility attribute. This equipment is a bit fierce. Su Ming's current agility attribute has reached 130. If you have this necklace, it will be 180 points of agility. Su Ming directly equipped it. Moreover, Su Ming had just cleared more than 10 floors of the Tower of Silence in a row and had also upgraded 2 levels. Now, he has reached level 18. Add all attribute points to agility, that's 200 agility points. After 2 more levels, you can complete the second transformation. Moreover, Su Ming also opened more than a dozen treasure chests and received a large number of loot rewards. But many things are not as good as the shadow sword suit he currently wears, so those things basically only have the function of selling them, or finding someone to break them down into basic materials later to strengthen their own weapons. There is a lot of experience in the Tower of Tianji. I reached level 18 so quickly. Although the monster is getting stronger and stronger, I also feel a little tired, but I can't give up. Su Ming held the sword with firm eyes. I can only challenge once a month, I must not waste the opportunity, I must do my best to sprint. Su Ming clenched his fists and decided to work harder and continue to rush to the tower. Outside the tower, the spectators were staring at the record. Chang Wang rushed to the 9th floor, making people look forward to it. Everyone was looking forward to seeing if he could reach the 10th floor. But suddenly, a name jumped to the top in one fell swoop. It's like a black horse, charging all the way. From the bottom, climb quickly. Soon, he surpassed Chang Wang. This name is Killing God. Player. Kill God to clear the 8th floor. Killing the gods to clear the 9th floor. Close black lens bracket. Killing the gods to clear the 10th floor. Close black lens bracket. The title of Killing God replaced Su Ming's name. Charge your way through the rankings. Extremely fast. People felt that Su Ming was about to rush to the highest peak in just a blink of an eye. It's like riding a rocket. Everyone rubbed their eyes, some couldn't believe it. What the hell is going on? Everyone was dumbfounded. There are still masters. Who is this person? Who can explain it? Can he climb the tower like this? There's a bug, right? This man is not rushing the tower, he is riding a rocket. Killing God. Who is killing God? Let's not talk about Xuanjing City, Wuyang City, Nanmian City, these things, even in our entire province, there is no such killing God in the list of geniuses. I haven't heard of this name, have you heard of it? We've never heard the name before either. Could it be from another province? Everyone was stunned. Everyone looked at each other in shock. They originally thought that it took Chang Wang more than 10 minutes to rush from the 1st floor to the 9th floor, which was already a terrifying speed. Unexpectedly, in the next second, someone more violent would strike. Everyone raised their heads and looked at this scene, a little in disbelief. Su Ming's speed is really too fast. Dash all the way. Where is this person, so sacred? People's eyes were a little dazed. Because, after the killing god rushed to the 10th floor, he still kept walking. Tens of seconds later, they reached the 11th floor. This means that this player named Killing God is killing monsters in seconds. Killing the boss on the 11th floor in one face-to-face is almost impossible among newcomers. Even Chang Wang, the knife madman, struggled for a long time on the 9th and 10th floors before barely passing. Could it be that this killing god is not a newcomer? Someone asked. It's basically impossible. The results of the Tower of Silence will be retained. If a person has challenged it before, then if he comes back to challenge next month, he will also continue his previous results. That is to say, it is impossible for a powerful job changer to repeatedly challenge the previous dozen layers. And, you see clearly, this is the ranking list of newcomers, and only the awakened ones of our current class can be among them. Then, this killing god is really a monster. People's eyes became a little scared. Is that guy really human? At this time, Chang Wang's name appeared at the bottom of the ranking. Player. Chang Wang, passed the 10th floor and ranked 2nd. Close black lens bracket. This is no longer exciting people. Because, the platinum treasure chest has already been preempted by Killing God. Chang Wang didn't get the platinum treasure box, so I don't know what expression he has in it now. Haha. I worked so hard to break through the 10th floor, but I didn't get the reward. If it was me, I'm afraid I'd go crazy. Some people have begun to gloat. Chapter 40. While people were shocked, Su Ming's ranking is still rising. Player. Kill God to clear the 12th floor. Close black lens bracket. After this news was revealed, it stirred up 1,000 waves with one stone, and made people gasp. Everyone was shocked to the extreme. Didn't expect him to be able to rush. The most terrifying thing is that it didn't take too long at all. This means that this player named Killing God is still killing the boss in seconds even after reaching the difficult area after the 10th floor. This is very scary. Player. Kill God to clear the 13th floor. Open black lens bracket. Killing the gods to clear the 14th floor. Close black lens bracket. God killing pass level 15. The continuous reminders made people's eyes numb. For a moment, the originally noisy outside became as deadly silent. Hee hee. People's voices were trembling, and they couldn't say anything. In the tower at the moment. Su Ming has reached the 19th floor. The boss here is a huge amethyst dragon's blood rhinoceros. Fierce beast. Amethyst dragon blood rhinoceros. Level 23. Power 320 points. Physique 300 points. Agility 25 points. Spirit 15 points. Open black lens bracket. Lucky 3 points. Close black lens bracket. Skills: Dragon Blood, Self-Healing, Crystal Giant Horn, Ruthless Crushing, Fearful Roar. This rhinoceros monster has a part of ancient dragon's blood in its veins. Its ancestors were a hybrid of a dragon and a rhinoceros. It has been passed down to this generation. The dragon's blood is thin, but it still exists. Close black lens bracket. Seeing the information about this monster, Su Ming looked a little cautious. The strength of this monster is already at the same level as the hidden boss of the novice dungeon, guardian of the blood lake. If I want to succeed in the challenge, I am afraid it will be difficult. But Su Ming didn't think about backing down. He raised his hand and made a move of Tianluo's sword tomb. Boom! In the sky, a sword cry resounded, and then a huge stone sword tombstone fell down. The rhino roared and rushed forward. When the sword tomb fell, it directly smashed half of the dragon blood rhinoceros waste into a meat paste. The intestines flowed, and the blood rushed straight into the sky. Very powerful, but it was different from Su Ming's original expectation. It moved too fast and avoided it. Su Ming's expression was serious, and he thought to himself. He originally wanted to start Tianluo's sword tomb as his most powerful sword skill at present. If it hits the head, it may be able to severely injure or even instantly kill this monster. It's a pity, killing is still going to kill. The barbarian bull rushed over, the huge amethyst horns gleaming with cold light, and the rushing speed was extremely fast. Su Ming slammed sideways to avoid it, while still taunting. Dragon blood rhinoceros, I don't know what kind of dragon your ancestor is against the sky. It actually can handle rhinos that roll in the mud all day long. Create out the blood of your hybrid breed. It's so funny, ha ha ha. Su Ming's voice was full of sarcasm. It's a kind of tactic. As long as he can win, Su Ming never hesitates to use all means. Verbal anger is a very effective type, which can disrupt the enemy's attack rhythm and plan. He didn't know if this monster could understand human speech, but he still wanted to taunt. Give it a try, it's always right. Moreover, the spirit attribute of this monster is as high as 15 points, which is already higher than many humans. Su Ming speculates that it is very likely to be able to understand human speech. Sure enough, upon hearing Su Ming's mockery, the rhinoceros was furious and rushed towards it. Let the amethyst horn on top of its head shine brightly, and then explode with a bang. A beam of death rays shot towards Su Ming. Su Ming sneered. HMPH, it really is a beast, such an obvious aggressive method will also be tricked. It directly stimulates the most powerful skill hole card. Knowing this trick, Su Ming can deal with it without holding back. He urged the hidden god step for a moment to avoid the light beam, and then raised his hand for a shock. Click. The dragon-inlaid broken sword immediately shattered into pieces, and the broken blade flew out and pierced the rhino's eye socket, blinding one of its eyes. Then Su Ming fell sideways into his blind spot and leaned over to hold the broken sword. At this moment, the broken sword is a dagger. He can activate the killing sword. This knife must be done instantly. Pure ruthless killing intent flashed in Su Ming's eyes. Whoosh! With this sword, the killing intent was as majestic as the sea, rushing towards the sky. Seeing this knife, this huge mutated amethyst-horned rhinoceros became a little frightened. Because this is a legendary skill, it is enough to make it scared. Blood-red knife marks passed by in an instant. Pooh! The huge bull's head rolled to the ground. The purple crystal corners broke and fell to the ground. The killing sword is extremely powerful. Congratulations, you successfully passed the 19th floor. Close black lens bracket. Su Ming gained a lot of experience. Directly promoted to level 19. We are only one step away from reaching level 20. His breathing was a little short, because the use of the killing god sword consumed too much. Then he looked to the ground. Trophy. Amethyst rhinoceros horn, platinum top grade material X1. This thing is a rare forging material, used to make weapons. Su Ming immediately pocketed it. Then, a big treasure chest appeared in front of him. It is a treasure chest of top quality gold. Su Ming directly used the sublimation of all things. High quality platinum. Close black lens bracket. Su Ming opened the box. Suddenly, a design diagram appeared. Platinum high quality weapon. Soul Nearing Scythe design drawing X1. Required materials. Any kind of platinum high quality core weapon substrate X1. Kazaru pumping heart X1 close black lens bracket. Water ghost vocal cord X1. Fine steel black iron. There are many materials, but most of them can be bought in the auction house. Yes, you can make this sickle and use it for Ji Yao. The corners of Su Ming's mouth curled up slightly. Putting away the blueprints, he stepped straight to the 20th floor. As soon as you enter the 20th floor, the scenery here has changed. The feet are pitch-black volcanic rocks, and the surrounding roads are lined with billowing lava. A burly knight in lava fire armor stood in front of him. He carried a huge hammer on his shoulder, and he looked extremely powerful. He turned his back to Su Ming and didn't even look back. You are only level 19, but you can reach the 20th floor. It's really strong. He turned around, his face calm. But you are no match for me, please come back. Lava Knight advised. Su Ming scanned its information. 20 floor boss. Lava Knight. Level 25. Strength 420 points. Physique 350 points. Agility 280 points. Spirit 158 points. Luck 100 points. Skills: Lava Slaying Hammer, Flowing Armor, Agni. There are no shortcomings in all attributes. Agility is even higher than Su Ming. A boss is a boss. The level is only 6 levels higher than Su Ming, but the attributes differ by hundreds. There was a cold sweat on Su Ming's forehead. This boss is really too fierce. Even the agility attribute that he is most proud of is not enough in front of it. If he didn't activate the hidden god step, Su Ming might not even be able to dodge a normal attack. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.